What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. We got this news today about the next upcoming Super Evolution coming to Treasure Cruise, and this is a long-awaited one. A lot of people have been asking for this one for a long time. This was a really big character on initial release, being Soba Mask, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they have in just basically planned for this guy, because there's so many different directions that they could go with. But you can see that in terms of the title of the next Rumble season, it is titled Shooting Star Jet Black Warrior. So it's not like it's going to be transformed into the Onigashima version of Sanji. It looks like they are going to maintain it with still being Soba Mask. Really excited to see what the artwork looks like for him, and there's a lot of different things that they need to do to really buff him, because I mean, if you have a look at what his abilities are, they're very lackluster for 2025 standards. So we're just hoping that we get some good representation for this guy, because we've seen some super evolutions that have come out. Definitely more recent ones have not been great, right? And sometimes they come out of the blue with a random 6+ that is just amazing, right? There's been a ton in the past, but the ones that come to mind straight away are characters like Magellan, characters like Quick Kaido, very good for PvP still, characters like V3 Rayleigh. My man Rayleigh went absolutely crazy. I still use him a ton to this day. Really good character. So I'm hoping Soba Mask falls into that category of a character that sees a ton of play moving forward, because he's got some really interesting abilities. So we're going to go through it. Of course, we have the database up right here. We're going to go through all of his abilities, what they currently are, and where they can kind of go with it. So first of which, he's a Powerhouse Free Spirit, which is a very unique class combination. There actually aren't that many Powerhouse Free Spirit units, so I really like that. He's probably not going to change typing. He's most likely going to be a quick unit still. Now, the captain ability is very interesting. So, when this guy first debuted, Limit Break Expansion was a relatively new mechanic at the time, and he actually debuted with Limit Break Expanded captain ability, which really sucks, and I'm glad that they didn't continue down this road, because it basically nuded what he could potentially become in the future. Because I mean, the only real difference here is you have the base captain ability. The only difference by Limit Break expanding him on release was that he made the chance of tandem slots appearing become a great chance of appearing, rather than just a normal chance of boosting appearance. So yeah, the multipliers are the same, cooldown reduction is the same, pretty underwhelming across the board there. So the fact that he does have the base captain and the level limit break captain leads me to believe that, you know, he's probably going to have a pretty substantial difference between the base and the level limit break, but we'll have to wait and see once they officially reveal that. The big thing about Sanji, though, is the captain action, and he saw a ton of play mainly just because of this. So the main reason why he's really cool is because you can activate this ability, the blindness effect, the transparent effect, very much akin to Legend Queen and also Legend Shiryu. Both of these characters have the exact same ability. You can have a look here. Shiryu's, if you actually read it, it's the exact same. The only thing that is different is that with Shiryu, he does the tap tumming bonus damage to himself. It's only 300 times. Queen's one, I believe, yeah, is 500 times. Sanji's is also 500 times. So I'm very much looking forward to this. I assume this is going to be pretty much untouched, but the captain ability itself needs a pretty big upgrade. Obviously, higher damage, more cooldown reduction would be a plus. I would be shocked if it doesn't become a 2-tone cooldown reduction at the start of the quest. Tandem slots matching, lots of tandem slots appearing, maybe some additional effects, like if you attack with super effective damage, you just generate a tandem slot for free. Something like that would be pretty cool. Or maybe if you tap on this character with a tandem slot, you get additional bonuses. That could also go down the route of giving him just more unique abilities, right? The thing is because he has this captain action, I'm not going to expect him to have any other utility-focused effects in his captain ability, because the captain action is basically the utility that you'd want to use anyway. Being able to avoid stuff like despair, paralysis, special bind on himself is quite cool. The fact that he does have this ability to avoid those actions is strong, but it would be even better if they add additional components where you could then use his special ability to then remove debuffs on the rest of your crew. Something like that would be really nice and would actually make him see a ton of play if they went down that route. In terms of the sailor abilities, I'm not expecting any of these to change, but the big thing is that this other sailor ability here, where anytime another character uses a special ability, he receives -4 turns of cooldown, which you can get yourself in really cool situations, right, where you could use his special ability and then you just use a bunch of other specials and then you immediately get his special back and you can use it twice in the same turn. I have a feeling they're going to try and go down that route where you know, at base value in terms of what it does, you know, you get the full board of tandem slots through block, you get the attack buff for 1 turn. If you use his special ability again in the same turn, you actually get a 2.5 times attack boost in that turn. So it transforms the 1.75 into 2.5. So who knows where they could go with this. So currently he doesn't do a ton, right? You get matching slots and an attack boost. So I am expecting them to do something major here. Potentially you could get like an attack boost, and then if you use it, you know, twice in the same turn, you get an attack boost, or your attack boost is buffed, but then also get you like a color affinity boost, or you get an all boost or something along those lines. I think that would be pretty neat. Something else that I think would be really cool is that, like, hypothetically, if you have activated the captain action and you are transparent for 3 turns or whatever it is, I would love it if, you know, the special ability had said, like, if the captain action is currently active, you get an additional effect. Like, potentially, like, make his own, damage super effective against all types while he's in the captain action. I mean, you could have that potentially within the captain ability itself. I would love him to have that kind of ability. And then if he does that, give him color affinity boost in his special to make use of the super effective damage. Something like that would be really cool. It's just that Treasure Cruise really hates putting super effective damage on characters. I don't know why they hate it so much, because like a lot of characters that have the ability to do it, like they're not top tier meta threats. I mean, like you look at Douglas Bullet, he kind of was a top tier unit when he first debuted, but I mean, he fell out of favor relatively quickly. But I think if they just give it to this random unit, I think people would absolutely love that. And he would see a ton of play because, I mean, avoiding debuffs, super effective damage, being able to do a ton of damage by himself, like carrying the team would be really sick. So I'm definitely thinking that they're going to go down the route of, you know, using his special twice in the same turn is going to give you pretty significant buffs. I'm fully expecting them to go down that route. We'll have to wait and see, though. Maybe the fact that he's so centered around these tandem slots, if he had some type of ability that would enhance the multiplier of a tandem slot while it's matching. So currently, if a tandem slot is matching, it's only a 2 times bonus. Maybe if he can buff it to like a 2.5 or a 3 times bonus to give you even more damage on top, that'd be pretty neat too. But again, there's like so many different ways they could go. They could go down the more offensive route. They could go down the utility route. As I said, the super effective route would be one of my favorite ways if they could potentially do it. If I was designing the unit, I would have crazy abilities like that. But of course, you know, Treasure Crews are very tame when they introduce super evolutions into the game. They don't like to make them insanely busted, which is a shame because these characters need all the love that they can get. So I'm really hoping for big things here. This is a character that everyone has been wanting to see a super evolution for a while. So again, we'll have to wait and see. And of course, when we get the info, I'll give it to you guys straight up. So another thing that's kind of cool is he actually has a pretty okay support. I have used this support a couple of times, just attaching to Frankie and Usopp. If you use the character special, you just get a rainbow 1.3 attack boost for all characters. That's pretty decent. You know, sometimes you just need a little bit of damage. You know, sometimes a 30% damage bump is all you need to like get through a mini boss, for example, right? So it could be kind of cool. The big thing that needs a lot of attention is his rumble is garbage. It is so awful, right? Like, have a look at this. His level 5 rumble ability, level 5 attack to all characters, level 4 attack to himself. So level 9 attack to himself, level 5 for everyone else, nothing that great, right? Just attack. And then this special ability, 37 CT, and it does 1.35 times damage to all enemies in a medium range. And then also inflicts level 4, that's like miss debuff for 15 seconds. Like, just trash. Like, garbage. Never ever going to use this guy ever. So, I am fully expecting the PvP to be completely overhauled. It desperately needs attention, right? The rumble ability needs a major change. The special ability definitely does too. And it's just interesting to look at it. Like, this guy is, powerhouse free spirit. He's a quick unit. This guy can be slot into so many different teams, but it's the fact that his rumble is so bad. So if they make this guy actually good in rumble, he could be used in a bunch of different teams, and I think that it would be just really fun to have a high level Soba mask in the game, because we kind of need it, right? This guy, he needs some love, and I'm really excited to see what kind of things they're going to give this guy. But look, the last couple of months that we've made these videos talking about, you know, what the next 6+ is that they've kind of teased in the data download, and then they actually give us the 6+ and the characters are complete garbage. I mean, let's have a quick look at what the most recent 6+ are, because I mean, the most recent one I remember is Kuzan. Yeah, Kuzan, very forgettable. He may have potential in Rumble, but we'll see. Bartholomew Kuma, normal content PvE, absolutely trash, but in Rumble, one of the best Rumble units in the game. The waifus, pretty forgettable, but they're pretty decent. And the fact that they're locked behind the paywall of that Sugo Fest was the biggest, you know, the biggest disservice to the player base that they could have done. Vivi Rebecca, the same thing. We just don't have, like, no one has this character, right? Really, no one has this unit, but at face value, not a very good 6+. Sanji Pudding, will give credit to this one. This character actually has seen a ton of play, been boosted in a bunch of events like this with New Year's Sabu has been really nice. Same with Crocodile, like these characters debuting together, actually good 6+. Perona, bit of a miss there. Magellan, in my opinion, is a very good 6+. Basil Hawkins, no. Sakazuki, okay in PvP, I guess. In normal content, doesn't really see much play. Boa was a miss. Law was a miss. Lucci was a miss. Luffy was a miss. Bonnie, actually pretty good. Arlong, miss. Rayleigh, good. Kaido, good. Ace, I mean, obviously he came out with that 6+. Law was a miss as well. Like, there's so many misses. There are a couple of them that have some redeeming qualities, but it's just the fact that unfortunately a large majority of them are just not that great. So we're hoping for big things here. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. What are you expecting from a Soba Mask Super Evolution? Again, one of the most anticipated units to get a 6+. We're hoping for some big things. But hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.